Hello, friends of Sudoku. Welcome to the New York Times Hard Sudoku. Today is so let's get on with this puzzle. Oh, I already see something beautiful here. Well, first of all, I see the 6 and the 7. They have to go here and here, making these a 2, 3, and a 5. Yeah, and we got a couple of 9s blocking over, and these being 2, 3s, and 5s. This now, and we got the 9 blocking down here, so this must be a 9. We got an 8 blocking over, so an 8 must go in one of these two squares here. Yes. 8 blocking down, 8 blocking over, one of these is an 8, and one of these two squares must be an 8 now also. So 2, 3, and a 5. We still need to find then a 4, 1. Okay, the 1 blocks over, so this is a 1. So a 4 must go with the 8 in these two squares here. And the other thing of beauty I saw, or maybe it's not a thing of beauty, I will have to see if there are any ramifications. But I'm looking at the 3, 9 here, and I'm looking at the 3, 9 here, and there's a 3, 9 here. And what does that mean? That means that this square and this square must be 3 and 9s. And that in effect gives us 5 gibbons for the column. We need to find now a 8, 4, 6, and a 5. 4, 5, 8, and a 6 for the 4 remaining empty cells in this column. So I think amazingly this gives us a 4, no, an 8. Look here, this is a 3, 9, and this is a 3, 9. These two squares are blocked by 3s and 9. Now look at the 8. Where can an 8 go? It cannot go in any of these two squares. This is blocked by a 3, 9. This is blocked by a 3, 9. This is blocked by the 8 here. So this is an 8. This is actually quite neat. So now let's look. So a 4. No, I don't think I can take this any further. There must be a 5 somewhere and a 4, and a 6. So I think that'll have to wait. But at least we got the 8. 4 blocking over, 4 blocking down. One of these is a 4. And we got a 2 in one of these squares. Remember, this square is blocked by a 6 or a 7. So where are we at? Well, a 5 must go in one of these 3 squares. We have a 5 blocking here. So these 3 squares are blocked by 5s. And there's a 5 and a 5 blocking across. So this is actually a 5. We have intersection here between a row and a column or several columns with a lot of digits. Let me see if we can do something with this. The remaining 5 squares here have got to be a 1, 2, 6, 7, 8. The 6, 7 blocking up here. And there's a 7 here. So this is a 1 or a 2. There's also a 6, 8, and a 7 blocking this square. So this is also a 1 or a 2. That is nice because we have the 2 blocking over here. So this is now a 2. But let's look at the other squares down here. This is a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 8 now for these squares. And I see now, I see it now. We got a 4 and an 8 blocking down here. So these have to be 4s and 8 because these are 2, 3s, and 5s. So this is a 4 and an 8, right? And we got 4 blocking 4. So one of these is a 4. But focusing again on this block 3 up here, we have an 8 blocking over and an 8 blocking over, and these are 1s and 2s, so this must be an 8. And that makes this a 4 and this 8, right? So 7, 6, and 7, 6, and 7, 6, and 7, 6, except there is a 7 already in the row. So this must be a 6, and this a 7, and this is 6, and this a 7. I don't think that there is an argument to be had here. These are now 3 and 4. We have a 4 in this row, making this a 3 and this a 4, like so. One of these now must be a 4. This square was supposed to be a 3 or a 9. Now that this 3 blocks, the 9 must go here and the 3 must go here. Now we got 2 9s blocking over, and we got a couple of 9s blocking up and down, making this a 9. We also have a 5 blocking down and a 5 blocking over, making one of these a 5. So these squares can't be 5. The 5 here blocks these squares. The 5 here blocks this square. So this is a 5. So 1, 3 and a 1, 3 here. The 3 blocks up, the 3 blocks over. One of these is a 3. And one of these must be an 8. Still can't do anything about the 2, 3, and 5 here, I don't think. The 1 and 2 here are still unsolved. We need 5, 6, 7, 8 for this row here. And we got a 5, 7 here. So this is a 6, 8. And there is an 8 blocking up here. So the 6 must go here and the 8 here. And this is now a 5, 7. The 6 blocks up here, the 6 blocks over here. Therefore, a 6 must go in this square here. Now we just have 3 squares to fill here, and they have to be a 1, 3, and a 4. So a 4 must go in one of these squares, that's clear. But that's all that is clear. And it's not clear enough to continue, I think. But I said 5 and a 7 still leaves 1, 3, 6, and an 8 to be found here. There's a 6 and an 8 here, so this is a 1 or a 3. And actually, we do have a 6, 8 here, and we have a 6, 8 here, and we have a 6, 8 here. So these two squares have got to be a 6 and an 8. And one of these has to be a 4. So we are still dealing with a 1 and a 3. So it's not quite clear yet how to proceed with this. But there's a 9. The 9 blocks over, and the 9 blocks over, the 9 blocks up, making this a 9. That is so far removed from everything down here that I'm not sure it helps a lot. But we'll just have to wait and see what can we do with this column here, for which we need a 1, 2, 4, and a 7. 4, 7 here. This is a 1, 2, just like this one, and this is a 1, 2. So this is not going to be a 1 or a 2. But a 1, 2, 4, and a 7. There's a 1, 2, and a 4 right here, making this a 7. And now one of these must be a 7. So a 1, 2, 4 now. A 2 must go in one of those. We knew that. And we know that a 4 must go in one of those. But it's not clear whether it's going to be this square. But we are inching closer, I think, to the completion of this puzzle. A 3, 5, and a 6 for these 3 squares. There's 6 blocking down here, and there's a 6 blocking down here. So this is a 6. And remember how we said that these have to be 6 and 8? Now we know that this is a 6 and this is an 8. And now we have 2 8s blocking these 4 squares. We have this 8 blocking this square. So this is an 8. This is now a 3, 5, and this is a 3, 5. This is a 1, 3. What else is missing from the column? A 7. A 7 can't go here because of this 7, so a 7 must go here, and that makes this a 7 as well. This is now a 1, 3, and this is a 1, 3, except the 1 here prohibits a 1 from going here, making this a 3, this a 1, and this a 3. Now these have to be a 4 and a 1. Therefore, this must be a 3. We're still looking at a 5 and a 7 here. And we have a 7 in one of those squares as well, and one of these must be a 5. I'm feeling that this should be pretty simple from here on out, but it never is, for me at least, towards the end of a puzzle, because there are so many givens and so few empty squares that I don't see the forest for trees. A 1, 2, and a 4 for these squares here. Let's see, a 2, no. What about the top row? A 1, 2, 4, and a 6. Maybe we have more luck with the 6s. Yes, we do, because the 6 blocks here, the 6 blocks here, the 6 blocks here. So this is a 6. Now a 1, 2, and a 4. Again, I'm hitting a stumbling block here, but at least now I know that the 6 and the 6 and the 6 block all of these 3 squares, making this a 6. These squares now have to be a 2, 4, and a 5. The 2 blocks down here, so this is definitely a 2, and this is a 4 and a 5 here. And this is a 1 and a 4. This is also a 1 and a 4, and this is a 1 or a 4. We do have a couple of 3s blocking over here, so this square is a 3. This is now a 2 and a 5. We got a 2 in the row, making this a 5, and this a 2. We got a 5 blocking here, so this is a 4, and the 5 must go here, making this a 5. And therefore, this is a 5, and this is a 7. That makes this a 7, and this is a 1, making this a what? A 4. Therefore, this is a 4. One of these must be a 4 up here. Therefore, this cannot be a 4. It must be the 1. and this must be the 4, this must be the 1, and this must be the 1, making this a 1 and this a 2. This is a 2, and this is a 2, and this has got to be a 4. So we got this one under our belt today. I hope that you enjoyed watching it and that you will come back for more soon. Thank you for watching, and goodbye for now.